Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to my mini review of The Final Station. This is my review of The Final Station on the PS4, so obviously it's kind of based on my gameplay and experience of that. So The Final Station is a side-scrolling action adventure game with, I would argue, kind of survival horror-ish elements. There's kind of crafting and collecting kit and stuff and building up your character and getting... You don't get better as a character, but you upgrade your weaponry, you craft equipment and that. Anyway, game is two halves. The first half, you're on this train. You go from point A to point B to point C to point D, and when you're on the train, you got to repair stuff, stop things breaking down, you got to try and feed your peeps, you got to try and, if you have a desperate amount of time, do crafting. It's quite a good bit of a game, really. Negative points for me in this particular part of the section is the crafting and the talking to people stuff is just really difficult to see where the button clicks are and the prompts are, so I messed up a bit. Equally, you miss the conversations being said by people because you're doing other stuff because you're bloody busy. But in a way that's quite good, because just like in the real world, you hear a half conversation, go what's that, and then have to do another thing and see the driver took my gun. But that's good because it adds a kind of mystery to the game, it adds a replay value to the game. It's quite engaging, quite fun, quite good, and you're just desperate to move on, you're desperate to talk, and you see all your friends online and your operators and machinist people with you and they all disappear, and it's good. It's a good kind of little break from the second half of the game. Now the second half of the game, you're on foot. Now most of the time you're on foot, you have to go through a hostile environment to try and find a code to come back to put the code in to get the train going again. Sometimes, however, you do go to nicer locations and it's beautifully friendly. The main people you encounter along your way are these horrible, inky, black, nasty things. They come in different shapes and sizes. Some have armor, you have to punch off their helmets and things. Some are tiny little creepy, fast buggers that I hate and shoot all the time. Some explosive, some are huge, some just kind of kill you if they touch you. It's good, it does add a bit of tension to the game. The levels themselves as well, they're very pretty. They're all kind of hand designed and crafted, and a lot of effort went into it. You can tell a lot of effort went into it, and it's just really nice and pretty. You pick up some kit, you build up some stuff, you get a bit better, you move on, the story grows with you. I just love it. And you kind of only ever have just about enough ammo, just about enough kit. You're never overwhelmed with equipment. I never found I was sporting tons and tons of ammo, at least not until the very late parts of the game. And even then, I don't think I had a great deal. You do have to hoard, you have to punch, you have to pick the easy fights and to get your best out of them. You have to find the hard fights, and that's when you take the risks. And it's good, it's very good. I kind of really loved these bits, these stages. The only downside is that halfway through the game I kind of realised that there is no losing state. If, for example, like, oh no, I've ran in, I made a mistake, oh no, I'm dead. Sad moment. But look where I start back again. Look where I am. Okay, in this case, a little bit further back. There's a little bit of something to lose there. But it's not huge, it's not overwhelming. I've still got the ammo I had when I started that, so I can try and do this stage a little bit more efficiently than I did last time. I'm ready for your tricks this time. I'm not surprised. And that's a bit of a shame, really. I think that's a little point in its negative column. I want to really feel the pain when I lose. I want to really suffer for it. You know what I mean? But with that being said, it's good, it's cute. The gameplay is very fun. The gameplay is very engaging. It is quite scary, and some of the world, some of the other halves, it's all very friendly. Everyone's very nice to you. You kind of go along and you can buy some stuff and chat to people, and the story is everywhere. The story is dripping from this game. There's little bits and snippets and stuff everywhere. If you pay attention and read what's going on, it is lovely. It is an experience and a half. I cannot explain it to you any better than that. There is some frustrations though, like the ladders are a pain and they're not fun to get through, and equally I kind of would argue that some of the stuff isn't set up well. Like, I could have to take people, there's never a choice not to take people. That's annoying. I want to say no, I want to play as the bad guy sometimes maybe, and because it's on console my aiming reticule is ridiculous. I can't hit their faces, it's almost bloody impossible. But it's good, and the story's good, and the story's quite engaging, and it's quite complex. It feels a bit like a horror movie, but low budget, where all the cool action goes on in the background, and you get the dripping suspense as it builds and grows. So I just love it, guys. I just love it. I would definitely put this on the win box, and it's cheap as anything, and it's a nice little indie studio. It's pretty art. There's not a lot of music. It's kind of thematical sounds. The stories are great, the characters are great, and you never get your guy talk. He never talks. And yet at the end, it's heartbreaking. I love it, guys, I love it. And that's my review, so thank you. And I'll see you again next time. Bye!